back to before I was asking about that, back to the education.
Yeah.
What do you think about the way it's all structured and the way it's done as someone who, I suppose, to use your own words, wasn't thriving in that, I suppose, traditional education route?
Yeah.
Do you see some areas for improvement in the school system? What do you think generally of that route as a career path? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Where could it be better?
I think for me, in school, I definitely struggled a fair bit with grades and like just like organization and that. But I think it could definitely improve more for people who want to pursue a creative, like something creative other than just like like your standard jobs, because when I was kind of in high school, like doing like creative arts or design, like I didn't really feel like there was any way for me to like find out like, oh, how can I like grow, or how can I like get into the industry like after high school if I wanted to, because obviously you can go to not high school, obviously you can go to university, but I feel like it would have been good to find out like different opportunities and stuff that I could get afterwards, like whether there's programs or I could do like an internship with somebody or stuff like that. I feel like also like some teachers could change the way they teach, I guess. Like I know I had one science teacher in like year 9 or year 8 and year 9, and like I'm the worst at science. I cannot.
You say, bro. I can't do it.
I used to have all these tests and stuff that we had to do like every couple of weeks, and like I didn't understand it at all. Like I'd be like, everyone else would be finishing super fast, and I'd just be like still looking for the test, like trying to say, oh, I don't know what that means. So I'd just be like putting random answers in, and then I'd give it to the teacher. Teacher would basically mark it all wrong because I got like F in science, and then he'd give it back to me. He's like, now fix all the answers, and it's like, I didn't know them the first time. I'm not gonna know them now,
Yeah.
So I feel like teachers who might teach that way need to kind of like realize, okay, if I don't know what I'm doing right now, I don't know what I'm doing again,
Yeah.
But
you just putting across and giving it back to me is not going to make me know the answer now.
Exactly. Yeah. I think I quite like teachers who kind of change the curriculum to fit their class better. Like I had this one teacher in year 11 actually. He was like the sweetest person ever. And yeah, the whole class was like, we were all kind of all over the place. Like we weren't really the best. Well, I like to think I was okay, but like we weren't really your traditional like English sort of like students. We were more like a lot of them were trained to be like plumbers or like athletes and stuff. And so he kind of, instead of doing Romeo and Juliet, we did like, do you know Kath and Kim?
Yeah, I know Kath and Kim.
It was like Kath and Kim and like I don't know the guys. You know the guy he's like an Australian. I think he's like an Australian icon or something. He dresses up in like different. He dresses up as like women or. Like,
oh yes, I know exactly. I'm blanking on the name, but yes, I do know.
What I mean? Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's got like different shows. Like he's like a teenage girl or something.
Yeah, he does a lot of drag. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. So we did like not interviewed. We like looked at the differences in his show and like Kath and Kim and stuff, and that was kind of cool. We also did like what's that movie? Slumdog Millionaire. That was kind of cool as well, and just like I guess more films and stuff because I guess he realized we engaged better with visual stuff instead of like reading books and that. And obviously we did read books because it's kind of like it's kind of compulsory. But he kind of changed the whole curriculum and stuff just to like make sure that we like could succeed, and we like everyone in the class passed that year. So I think like more teachers like him would be really good.
Just adjust to the needs of the class.
Exactly. Yeah. Instead of like just sticking to like, okay, we're doing Romeo and Juliet this year. I don't care if you like pass or you don't pass. Like gonna do this and then you're gonna leave.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I think it's too rigid and inflexible, and doesn't allow for creativity. You'd really like my friend Alex. Do you know who Alex Scapins is?
I don't know.
No, you're fine, bro. No, you're fine. He's Adelaide based, and he actually was early in my podcast. It was the first time I met him, but he's a friend of mine. And he's a photographer and cinematographer, and he's quite big. He's always overseas, all over the world, and he's based out of Adelaide. But he was telling a story when he was here about when he was in school, and he was not doing that well, and he was saying how he got like a D or something in a math or science test, and the teacher said to him was like, and like you were saying, so inflexible and not allowing for the creativity that the teacher said to him something like, like if you don't get your shit together, like you're gonna like end up as a garbo or driving a garbage truck or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that was what the teacher said to him.
Yeah, exactly.
And and he was like, all right, like bet, no worries, and finished school and went freelance, and now he's like, dude, killing it. Like you really love him actually. He's great, and he's like I said, all over the world, like shooting for like Lil Yachty, Killer Roy, like he's big time, and he's sick. But he tells me that story, and that just reminded me a lot of that.
Yeah, I think like don't get me wrong. So I went to Glunga. Yeah. Some teachers there are like amazing. Like my home group teacher, she was so lovely, and like a lot of the English teachers I had actually they were really nice. Science, we had one good science teacher, but the rest were kind of like not great.
Yeah, get it. Go.
But yeah, I think like teachers who definitely change the curriculum and change like they adapt to the class that you're in. It's really good. I think so. Glenelga's international school, so there's a lot of like academic kids, a lot of like international students, obviously. But yeah, I think. What was I gonna say? I definitely think like. Oh yeah, in terms of like like parent-teacher interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like those are good, but at the same time, like when. Like I had a lot of parent-teacher interviews because I was like not the best. I wasn't like a troublemaker in school. I was just like I didn't get good grades.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of meetings with like the co-principal or like that sort of stuff. And it'd always be like Zane needs to try harder. Zane needs to like study more. And I would study. I would try to study, and I'd never been able to like study properly.
Yeah. Okay.
And I feel like when teachers say that, it's not bad, but it's not like it. It's kind of like they don't understand you, I guess. Like it's like if they're telling you, oh, you need to study more, you need to do this, and if you genuinely are, like if you're just like slacking, then that's you need to study more, I guess. But if you're trying, like they need to try kind of like change it up a bit. That way you can kind of, you can still try and get good grades, or maybe like if you get set a different task or something. I don't know. I just feel like for me, like I used to try like really hard on assignments, and even then I would still get bad grades, and it's like. It's not the best for like your like self-esteem, I guess, if you're constantly just like failing and like and even with like art and stuff, like because I did a lot of art and like all through school. I think there's so much like theory, like
right,
and like portfolio work and stuff, and less creativity. And I guess it's because you always have to get marked on it and like get graded and stuff. But
yeah, it's hard to grade. It is in the not defense because I am critical of the school system, but in that specific case, it's hard to grade something as subjective as like, is this a good piece of art?
Exactly.
Because like some person might go like, yeah, it's fantastic, and someone might go, no, it's not.
Exactly. Yeah, but I think I don't know, just like maybe finding something that's a bit more creative, like being able to combine creativity with grading more, because we did so much theory and like I don't use any of that shit now whatsoever. Like,
dude,
like
tell me about it.
But I don't know, just finding or like maybe doing more. I mean, I did year 12 in COVID year, so that was kind of bad.
Same.
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
Is that your year 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
But I feel like maybe I don't know. Maybe it's different for other year levels, but more like hands-on stuff for creatives and stuff. Like whether it's like going to, I don't know, going to internship with some like creative, or trying to like make your own magazine or make your own this and that. I think that could be quite cool as well to do. Like for creative students and stuff, because like I don't know, I feel like science students and stuff would go to the beach and like I don't know, study ocean water, or I don't know, probably do something like that. I wasn't a science student, but
that makes sense. I do feel like you probably could. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but you probably could come up with like a criteria for the creative stuff. In what we were just saying about how it's hard to grade like a subjective piece of art, whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
But you could still probably make some kind of criteria. Like for example, like if the assignment was like a magazine cover page, you could grade it on, is it, how are the visuals? Is it well placed? Is
exactly,
does the information convey what's in the magazine? Like how do the colors work together? Like all of these things they're probably things that you could mark outside of just, do I like it or do I not like it? Like there's definitely more to it.
Definitely, yeah. Because I feel like for me, I'm always been more like creative minded than academic, like I said before. And so like I could make a really cool art piece, but then like having to do the whole write up after it, like explaining what it means and stuff. Like, because a lot of the time I would just do artwork and I'd be like, oh, it looks cool to me. Like instead of like having some huge deep meaning behind it, which teachers eat that shit up. They love that like if you like mean that like this blue color represents depression or like, you know.
Yeah, they lap that shit. I remember I used to just be making stuff up in English class. The red door means anger.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It's just a red door.
I feel like just if it can be more like I think the education system's not the best. I still do have like a lot of respect for some of the teachers and stuff I went to high school with, because I know I was definitely probably like not the most. Not the best student. I was probably a bit difficult and stuff in class sometimes, and I could have been better for sure. Like after I've like grown up in that, but I feel like if creative classes could be more creative, like more hands-on, more visual, and like, you know, like try and find something for the students who maybe aren't the best at like, you know, writing or aren't the best at like, you know, expressing what it means. Because I did art projects all the time, and I still didn't get the best grades. I got like C pluses or like B minuses and that, which aren't like. I got some B pluses, which is like a pass, but like still, I wasn't like getting A's or anything in class. But that could just be the way I'm wired, honestly, because I mate, if she was doing really well, she got like A's in class. So yeah.
It is interesting. I mean, would you look at something like a TAFE route where there's so many like a lot of creative, I suppose, I don't know, like degrees that you come through that sort of space? Would you look at something like that, or is just more just going off on your own?
I think for me, I tend to work better when it's just like myself, like just like learning and teaching myself. I learn more doing like something practical than listening to a teacher tell me what to do.
Yep.
I probably would be alright in TAFE, but yeah, I know in school, like, you know, if a teacher told us to do something, I would do it, but like I wasn't doing it to the best of my ability. Whereas if I went home and I tried to like, this is only with creative stuff. If it was homework, I'm done. But
yeah,
like,
I'm not tapping out.
But with creative stuff, like if I tried to do like some design at home, I would pretty much like teach myself and learn better by like just myself, I guess, than like if I had someone trying to tell me what to do.
Yeah, everyone works better when you have an invested interest in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like if you're not interested at all and someone's just forcing you to do it, they're like saying you have to do this, and you're like, I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah. You're
never going to be able to do it as well as you can do it. Like, it's never going to happen. It's just the case with everyone.
Yeah. Actually, going back to the like question about how I got into creativity, like pursuing a creative career. My mate and I, we started like a clothing brand in high school.